Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a story. The reason why I'm sharing this story is because a lot of you are on your spiritual path, and a lot of you might start developing the gift of cleansing, or might have by your side a guide that will teach you how to do spiritual cleansing. And I'm going to share with you guys why it's so important for spiritual healers to cleanse themselves after every consultation and after every client in general. So I'm going to be sharing a story of something that happened to me. I was very advanced in my spirituality. This was when I had my botanica, and as I stated before and I shared with you guys, I was always overworking myself. And the reason I share this with you is so you guys will not make the same mistake. Because a lot of things I share with you guys is so you guys can learn from my experience. So when I had my botanica, I used to see, I was used to this already, seeing 20, 30 clients a day, doing readings. And on Fridays, I would do cleansings and work with the Gual, consultations with the Gual. I used to finish very late. I have a cousin who is more like a sister to me. She was the victim of very strong black magic, psychic attack, and someone sent her a dark spirit. This spirit was affecting her and her daughter, which is my goddaughter. At the time, my goddaughter was 4, and this was affecting both of them in the sense that she was in bed every day. All she wanted to do was be in the dark, even to the point of wearing sunglasses. Any little light would bother her. She would spend the days crying. She was losing her hair. She was losing weight. My goddaughter, her daughter, that was 4 years old, was experiencing the same symptoms, losing a lot of weight. They were extremely skinny to the point that it was concerning me. She even went to the hospital. They didn't find anything, and the doctor said that was migraines. And they gave her some medication for migraines, but the depression and the sadness that she was experiencing was incredible. She would not get out of the room to take care of her kids, and the baby, my goddaughter, was in the same condition, and they didn't know what to do. But I had my suspicions already. I had my suspicions that something was going on. There was some black magic involved. So I consulted it with my spirits, and I was right. And so on a Friday that I worked, I told her, go on Friday, come with the baby. I call her the baby. She was 4 years old. To me, they're babies. And I told her to come, that I was going to do a cleansing. So it was very intense. The cleansing was extremely intense, because she not only had one, but she had 2 dark spirits attached to her. The baby also. And like I said, they were both experiencing losing weight, and their hairs were falling. She was almost going bald. So after the cleansing, they went home. I closed up my shop and I went home. Mind you, she was also experiencing fever, very high fever and body aches. I was so tired that night that when my husband and I got home, I just took a regular shower. And I was feeling so sick that I remember I laid in the couch. And my husband, I don't remember what he was doing, but when he came to the couch to check on me, I was burning in fever. I couldn't get up. My head was bursting. I couldn't open my eyes. So my husband said, no, I have to take you to the hospital. I was extremely sick. He took me to the hospital. I remember it was St. Luke's Hospital in New York City. They immediately rushed me in. I was in the emergency room, and I had every single symptom of appendicitis in a matter of minutes, because I was deteriorating very quickly, and the fever would not go down. In a matter of minutes, they gave me something to lower the fever, and the surgeon came down to see me, I remember. And he spoke to me because they were going to take me into surgery. They had made the decision that I had an erupted appendix. I had every single symptom. My husband had to help me up to use the restroom. I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. By the time I was in the hospital, I couldn't move at all. So prior to the surgery, while they were waiting for my fever to go down, the surgeon came to see me and he asked me, "Are you hungry?" And I remember I was curled up in a ball. And I said, "Yes, but I can't eat," because I was throwing up. He said, "Then you don't have appendicitis." This gets stranger. He said, "Then you don't have appendicitis." And they decided to do an MRI, I think, or a CAT scan. I can't remember. And they took me and they did a CAT scan, I think it was. And they found out I didn't have appendicitis. They ran also several tests, and it wasn't my appendix. I remember the doctor coming to see me, and he said, "Honestly, we have no idea what's wrong with you. We have no idea whatsoever what's wrong with you." So they moved me up to a room where I remember I even had those portable toilets right next to me. I was draining away. I mean, I felt like I was going to die. And I remember, my family coming to visit me and everything, and I couldn't even lift my head up. My face had become swollen, extremely swollen. And I remember that night, because the fever didn't go down, after my husband left, I had a vision of my husband sitting in the living room. I had a vision of the kids in their room asleep. And I called him and I told him good night, because I felt like I was going to die. I told him good night. I told him to go check on the kids, and I told him that I had seen everything that was going on in the house. But I was talking in a very, very low voice. I didn't have the strength to speak loud, so I was talking in a very low voice. And I told him good night. I said I loved him. And I hung up the phone. A doctor came in, which I had never seen. I didn't see him all the time I was there. And it was weird, because he stood by the window and he told me, I remember these words. He told me, "You don't think you might have something terminal?" And I'm like, get the heck out of here. This was in my mind. I remember I just said, "No, I don't." And he just annoyed the crap out of me. So he left. It was strange, because I never saw this doctor again. I had not seen him before, and I never saw him again. It was a Chinese doctor. So as I'm drifting off to sleep, I just prayed and I said, "God, if this is your will, then so be it." And I thanked him. At the foot of my bed appeared a man. It was one of my spirit guides. He tapped my leg and he said, "Wake up and get up." He goes, "You ain't going to die." He said, "You're not going to die. You ain't going nowhere." Disappeared. I picked up the phone. This was around 11:30 at night. I picked up the phone, called my husband. I told him what happened. And after that, I hung up, fell asleep. Next day, I wake up. No fever. No body aches. No abdominal pain. No headaches. Everything completely disappeared. The swelling I had on my face disappeared, because I didn't even want to look at myself in the mirror because my face was so swollen. I looked horrible. Everything just disappeared. I remember the doctor, my doctor, coming to see me. And he said, "This is the strangest thing." He says, "Your results are all fine. You have no fever. He said, you could go home. They kept me there for 2 more days, but everything was fine. I was able to get up from bed and use the restroom myself without any help. And everything just completely disappeared. I was back to myself. And I realized after I was home that this was the results of that dark spirit that I had removed from my cousin and my goddaughter. It had attached itself to me because I didn't clean myself. And let me tell you, after that thought of not doing any more cleansing, but you know, anytime somebody comes to me and they really need it, I feel bad saying no. And this was my family. I couldn't continue to see her just withering away. After that, I've taken precautions. Anytime I do a cleansing, immediately I cleanse myself. These things can attach themselves to you and even kill you. And that is why a lot of people ask, why do these rompimiento, this cleansing, I mean the way I do it, I was taught by my guides. It's a totally different way. And a lot of people ask why they cost, a lot of money, because some do cost a lot. And it's the risk we're taking. We're taking an incredible risk. Our family are taking risk because whoever is there helping or whoever is in that house while the cleansing is going on, going to absorb a little bit of that. So everybody has to be cleansed. The home has to be cleansed. And we spiritists have to make sure that this spirit, it's on its way. So that's why it's so important for us spiritists to cleanse ourselves after each consultation, after each reading, after each rompimiento, because the dangers are very high. I just wanted to make you guys aware because a lot of people ask me why the rompimiento costs so much, and also so you guys can understand the risk you take anytime you even touch somebody that has a dark spirit on them. You're running the risk of that spirit attaching itself to you. Even the energy of that spirit can hurt you and anybody around. So it's very important to protect yourself, cleanse yourself. And if you don't have that much experience, do not try and cleanse somebody. If you're already doing readings, cleanse yourself. Sometimes this energy is so sneaky that you might not feel it at the moment, but you will start feeling it afterwards. So it's very important that you guys protect yourself always. But don't rush in your spirituality. Don't go do readings and cleansings because you would not know what to do. And let me tell you, I was experienced at the time. I was just tired and just wanted to go to bed, and look what happened. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this experience that I've shared with you guys to give you knowledge. If you have any questions in regards to this video, please place your comments below. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. God bless you, and love and light to you all.